Hello YouTube, P3 here, back another kicking action figure review. Today's review is over the ever so awesome Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 20th Anniversary Black Ranger from SH Figuarts. Yes, I have finally completed this team. I have pink, yellow, blue, red, black, green, Japanese version, and white, American version. So, yeah. Really great. Don't have Armored Red. I probably will never get him. I feel like I already mostly have the figure. Same for Armored Black, except the difference is I really want Armored Black Ranger. Even though I know he's barely different than this figure, or Dragon Ranger is. But at the same time, I just love the way Black Ranger looks with the Dragon Shield, and that's the only figure I know of with that, and it's obviously the best one, because, you know, Figuarts. But it was a Comic-Con exclusive, and it is very expensive. So I'll probably never get it as well, just because I can't justify dropping that much cash on something I pretty much already have. Sorry, but it's true. Even though I want one really badly. But yeah, here he is, Black Ranger, very cool. Let's zoom out just a bit. Check out this awesome figure. First, how about we take a look at his box. You know I like them boxes, girl. But yeah, it looks pretty much just like the other boxes with the figure posed on the front. Mighty Morphin 20th Anniversary, Tamashii Nations, Bandai. About $42.99. I thought that was a good price. So, yeah, this looks like it might have been from Hastings or Movie Stop or something with a price tag like that, or some, you know, store that's in that line. But I got it off Amazon. Black Ranger there on the side, and you know he's got simple style, heroic action, option parts, molding, movable. Very cool. Check that out. Look at all his poses. So many cool poses. He's a very cool figure. And one of my favorite Rangers, the first Black Ranger from Mighty Morphin, it's one of my favorite Rangers of all time. I love him. Love him to death. Got to meet the actor at Dragon Con one year. That was pretty great. But, yeah, so that's that. That's the box. And here we are. Next Mighty Morphin Black. It's been a while since I watched Mighty Morphin. I gotta get Netflix streaming at some point. Well, honestly, I bet you anything I'll have it already by the time this review is up. But here's the figure in all its glory. The main mold is really just the basic mold for this team. For all the males anyways. So blue and red have the same mold here. This one's just black. And I think his belt is a little different. You can see the tiny bit of you see the Mastodon in there. Mastodon, it's in his morpher there, so that's pretty cool. He's got his little holster here, which I will put his folded up blaster in. Head sculpt, very nice. Mastodon, I love Mastodons, so obviously that adds to part of my favoritism for this Ranger. Just very nice. Wrinkles on the boots and everything. Hidden joints, you know. I used to not like these shoulder pad covers, since in some of my earlier Mighty Morphin reviews, I'm like, oh, they're not that great, but, you know, I got used to them. I got used to how they kind of move around and work, so I can manipulate them a little better now. It's still not my favorite way to do shoulder joints, but I think it really works for these guys if you want to keep that kind of diamond pattern detail. I think they pulled it off the best way they could. But yeah, now articulation. Head goes up, down. Obviously there's movement in the neck, so you can really just look any way that you need to. Up and down in the arms, forward and back in the arms, you know, all kinds of different rotation in there. Double elbow bend, really cool. And you got rotation in the hands, and you can also go in and out, and you can turn that joint, so that works out pretty well. You got the diamond detailing all the way up in there. But as you can see, you get a lot out of the abs, especially since he moves at the waist too. So you can get a lot of movement out of this guy. Legs can come down like that, as Figuarts often do. They can rotate like that. And, you know, you can have them kick up real high. I love how high they can make them kick up. Especially the common riders. You know, kicking is a big thing with them. Double knee bend. which is very nice. So lots of just great movement on the legs here, including side to side on the feet. A very, very great, real smooth ankle pivot forward and back, and toe articulation as well. So yes, this is a very, very well articulated figure, just what you would expect from SH Figuarts. Very nice, very wonderful. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So now let's check out some accessories. Now here is interchangeable hands. So in addition to the 2 fist hands you saw in the figure, here's kind of a very, very loose fist hand, sort of. And I think that's for his unique pose. And then here we have hands to hold his blaster, which I'll show you in a bit, his main weapon thing. And then we have some looser and tighter holding hands as well. So you have all that going on. And also up here, these form to make the main power blaster, the big weapon that the Power Rangers use to defeat bad guys, sort of towards the end of episodes. And it gives you the port for Red Ranger and the ports for Blue Ranger. So you can see the little pegs on them that make them different from the ones the characters hold. So you can make that big weapon, put it together, and I finally have all the pieces to do that. I'm not going to do it for you guys. There's plenty of pictures of it, but I would have to dig out all the different boxes, and I don't know where they are. I would have to find Blue Ranger, because I can get to Yellow Ranger, I think, but I don't even know where my Blue Ranger box is. And I'm pretty sure it's got the other parts, so I can't really put it together for you guys. But there's lots of pictures of it online, and it looks very cool, but I'm not going to display mine with that, just because I kind of like mine displayed the way they are. And here he is with his Power Axe in blaster mode. As you can see, holds it pretty well. When posing it, the little joint covers here do kind of get in the way and block the joint a bit, so now I'm starting to remember why I didn't like those too much, but still not as bad as they used to be. I've just learned how to handle them a little better, I guess. But yeah, he holds this really well. You get the finger right on the trigger and everything. Very, very great. Very, very snug fit. And here's his Power Axe in axe mode. As you can see, you don't really change anything except the holding hand. You get a wider holding hand there. And then you could just hold it like that. You don't change the gun any, obviously. You just change how it's held. But still, it looks really cool. I just love this weapon. Now here's our Black Ranger holding his Blade Blaster, but it's in its folded up state, so it's not really for holding, even though you can hold it. But what it really does is go here in his belt. So what you'll want to do is have the little full red part facing out, I believe. And you just slide it in like that. So I will have him displayed like that. All my other Rangers have theirs in their holsters, so he will too. And of course he also comes with his Thunder Slinger, which I believe the other teammates did as well. So if you want a full Thunder Slinger shot, and they're kind of like Thunder Slinger fire pose or whatever, you can totally pull that off, because I do think everyone came with a Thunder Slinger. But, I just want to point out that every single one of these weapons has amazing detail, amazing paint, just done to the fullest. Very exquisite. Now it's time for size comparisons. I'm not going to compare him with the Red or the Blue Ranger, although you will see him with them later. But I will show you him with White Mighty Morphin here. On the left, sorry, that's left. I should have known that. Right here on the left, they're not from the same Sentai, but they are from the same Power Ranger series, so yee. But I think that they scale up well together. I think they look great. Also, Shinken Red over here, also known as Samurai Red, who you can get real cheap, I think. I think you can get him for real cheap if you find him in the right place. Try Amazon. Go to Amazon and see if you can get this figure real cheap. I bet you can. Like 15 bucks maybe. I saw him for 15 bucks on there recently, at the time I'm filming this, so check it out. But yeah, these look well too, so he's going to scale up well with your other Super Sentai Power Ranger Figuarts. Now here's with some Kamen Riders. There was a Mighty Morphin Masked Rider crossover. Masked Rider is just what we called Kamen Rider when we had it playing in America. You'll recognize him as Masked Rider Torque from Masked Rider Dragon Knight, but I know him as Kamen Rider Zolda from Kamen Rider Ryuki, and I think that they scale up really well together. Black and Zolda, I think, do look cool. If you want to do like a superhero Tizen thing, They'll look real great together. Both figure arts, very nice. And then here on the right, we have another Kamen Rider. We didn't get in America. This is Kamen Rider Meteor from Kamen Rider Thorns, and he's not a figure art. He's from the Thorns Module Change series. There is a figure art of this character, but I got this one because it came with his bike, Meteor Star. So, yeah, Meteor is a little tall, but overall, I think they still look good together. I mean, I still have this Kamen Rider and my Wizard Action Police series Kamen Rider Wizard Flame style in display with my figure arts, and they look great. So, you know, I do think he works with them, but the figure art one might scale a little better. And here's Black with some figures I plucked from a different Power Rangers display. This is from my American figure display, and these figures are cool, but they don't scale well with him, unfortunately. They're from the Action Hero series. Here on the left, we have Quantum Ranger from the Super Mega Force line. And here on the right, we have, well, I know him as Kuru Black, mostly, but Dino Charge Black. I haven't watched Dino Charge, just Kyurager. And, they don't scale well with him, which is too bad, because I really love these figures, and I really love these figures. So, you know, it really is too bad. But, what you gonna do? There is a Black Ranger Mighty Morphin in this scale that you can get in the Legacy series. So if you want that, you can get it. And there's also a movie version from the movie, which is really cool. I like the movie version ones, even though I haven't bought any. But yeah, the figure arts aren't going to scale well with these guys. You're going to have to get Legacy Action Hero series stuff. And here's with some other American Power Ranger figures. Here on the left we have an older one. It's a Triassic Ranger from Power Rangers Dino Thunder, my favorite Power Ranger series. I haven't watched the Sentai yet. Abba Ranger, I think, is what it's called. I could be wrong about that. I've just seen the team-ups. But, you know, actually, figure arts scale kind of well with this line. I also have Crimson Zeltrax from Dino Thunder and a Mystic Force Red Ranger that he scales up well with. I don't have most of my Power Rangers from back in the day, but I do have those three. And my figure arts actually don't look bad with them. The proportions aren't together, but height-wise and stuff, they aren't bad. Once you pose them all around, you might be able to get away with it in a display. But he's definitely not going to scale with 3 3/4 inch figures like this Ultra Metallic Force Mega Force Pink here. Yeah, so your Samurai, your Mega Force, they aren't going to scale at all, which is too bad, because I actually like these little figures as well. Not as good as the Action Hero series, but still. Neat little figures. But yeah, figure arts are mostly just going to scale with other figure arts, and some of these figures, if you get the right ones. And here's Black Ranger with the rest of the team. I got him in this kind of little casual, hey, it wasn't my fault thing, with blue and red here, where blue's just kind of being casual, standing there. Black's kind of shrugging his shoulders, arms open. Red, you know, kind of beat up. But really nice. So there he is with his 3 same-bodied Rangers, I guess you could say. They got green with the ladies, of course. You know, Tommy digging it. And then I did kind of put those two together, since they're kind of my odd ones out Sentai-wise. Since they're both from different Super Sentai series. But yeah, everyone else Mighty Morphin, so really cool. I think Black fits in very, very well. And of course, here he is with Kamen Rider Narishiko. So all in all, what are my final thoughts on the SH Figure Arts Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 20th Anniversary Black Ranger? Well, Bandai Tamashii Nations did a great job with this guy. I'd say he's about as good as the Blue Ranger. About as good as the Blue Ranger. Red Ranger had a bit more accessories, so he was a little better. I would say Red Ranger is probably a 5 out of 5 stars, while this guy, 4 out of 5. There are some of his weapons he doesn't come with, and I understand it's like a cost-effectiveness thing, and he did come with parts to build the big main weapon, which I don't think most Sentai teams come with for figure arts. I don't know, this is the first Sentai team I've ever completed in the SH Figure Arts line. I mean, I've completed them in other lines. I have the complete Dino Charge team, as much as they've released in Action Hero series, but I've never completed one in SH Figure Arts. This was the only one that was really available to me to complete. So they're a little harder for me to get, especially the female figures, since you got to pre-order them, and Lots of these are really expensive now. Pink Ranger, White Ranger, Green Ranger, Red Ranger, really, even Blue Ranger, really expensive figures. At the time I'm filming this, all of those guys are real expensive. Black Armored is real expensive. Red Armored isn't that expensive. He's not bad. He's still a pretty good price. Yellow is about 70, and this guy you can probably get for around 50 still at the time. I'm filming this on like June 24th, 2015. So yeah, I know I'm uploading it late, but I'm backed up on videos because I don't have internet. Well, I probably have it at the time of uploading this because I'm apartment hunting in the big city. But yeah, this figure really cool. 4 out of 5 stars. I have to give him 4 out of 5 stars. It might just be because I don't really feel like I'm getting much of a new figure, even though he is one of my favorite Rangers. I've had him for several days now, and he's about as good as the Blue Ranger. I'd say exactly as good as the Blue Ranger figure is, since they're mostly the same figure. You know, they are. It's just a team completion thing. That's also another reason I don't do a lot of teams with Figuarts, because all the figures are expensive. But you do get what you pay for. They are fantastic figures. Oh man, I don't think I have a single Figuart I've regretted buying. They're all beautiful. And I got more on the way. So, thank you all so much for your support. Please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, check out all the links in the description below. Links to the last review and etc. I think I've reviewed this entire team except White and Green. I remember I filmed reviews for them, but I think they were lost, and so they never got uploaded. If you really want reviews for those two, just tell me, and if enough people say yes, then I'll get around to doing them. A review for White should be pretty easy. Green will take me a bit more time. And at the moment, I'm probably not living with those figures, but I could get my hands on them easily. So yeah, they're probably at my parents' house, and I'm probably in an apartment at the time this is uploaded, so yeah. That's it, you guys. Thank you once again for your support. If you want reviews of White American version and Green Japanese version, just tell me, and I'll get them up. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all once again. As I said, rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all those cool links in the description, and I'll see you all later.